Hello there, we got another one of these videos. This time we got 4 teams that I really enjoy and do well with, so I want to share them with y'all on this quick little video and explain 1 or 2 things about the teams. So yeah, before we do that though, if you want to subscribe, would be very appreciated, and you get notified when I next upload one of these videos. I mean any video, but yeah, it's very appreciated, and you can remove it whenever you want to. So let me show you the teams. They're all gonna be in the description if you want to use them. And yeah, team number 1, we got this guy. So this is a team based around Iron Hands. I was trying to build around Iron Hands plus Among Us. Now the reason I want to do that, well, excuse me. So you probably have seen this guy being used a lot. It's very bulky ass Pokemon. Look at these insane stats. But it's slow. After SD, you basically break everything, which is really nice, except like unaware mons. But the thing about this, you usually use it on a cheese type of hyper offensive build with screens, because it gets Zygarde levels bulk and it just beats everything. Like you can 1v6 versus everyone with this thing, because you have leftovers and train pants, and their flying removes the ground weakness. So it's like guards on glue, all that fun stuff, and mainly not don't fun, great task, whatever, don't hit you anymore. But I don't like cheese. I want to build something more solid. So you could use it on, I don't know, like I don't know, you can use it in bulky offense, but I want to try and come up with a way of setting it up. So I thought this guy Among Us not only provides good resistance for my Iron Hands, but you have Spore, and then you can Spore something, switch into your Iron Hands SD for everything without taking a hit, and yeah, you have this core, and Tinglu supports the team very well versus special attackers. So things like Chi-Yu, things like Dragapult, things like Iron Moth, you need those resistances. It's weak to Iron Valiant, Iron Galate thing, but that's why we have Among Us on the team. Next we have Corviknight, Max Fist with Iron Defense Body Press. You can use this set if you want to. I recently changed it to U-turn, but I think this allows you to beat D-Knight, and Dragonite otherwise is a very big threat for the team. You would otherwise have to trade with your Iron Hands or Tinglu. So Iron Defense Body Press is good versus D-Knight if you want to use that. It also helps versus Chi-Yu. That's why we have leftovers, so you don't get too cured by Icicle Grass. And yeah, then we have this guy. This Pokemon, very nice. This Pokemon very nice. I'm using this CV spread, but let me show you another one. Let me show you another one that my guy was using. Let me find it. Where was it? I have more teams with this duck. Duck's really nice. You can use this speed, 80 plus. Now let me tell you the difference about the speed tiers. So if you go like this, go Jolly or whatever, you lose bulk, which means you're gonna take a lot more damage from Chi-Yu, a lot more damage from all the special attackers called Dengo, Iron Moth, all that stuff. But you outspeed after Aqua Step, you outspeed Roaring Moon and Iron Valiant, which is very important because you can bulk up, beat them up if you want, especially if you use your Terry, yeah, Terra Fairy. Anyway, so the other one is this, and this speed tier. After a boost, you're not faster than Roaring Moon or Iron Valiant. You're faster than Specs Chi-Yu. And after 2 boosts, you are faster than Dragapult, faster than Scarf called Dengo, and you're a lot more bulky, which allows you to actually eat attacks from Chi-Yu and the other special attackers that I mentioned. So yeah, you choose what you like. I personally go with this, but I have played situation with a duck that I wanted the more speed because I couldn't beat Iron Valiant. But Among Us usually helps with that. And then finally we have Choice Band, Roaring Moon. You use Terra Dark on this guy. I usually lead with it because people lead Garchomps, and I just Dragon Claw them immediately without predicting anything. But usually this is my lead. A little bit of power, a little bit of breaking potential, and yeah, this is the first squad. This thing water types are good. Water types are good. There are not many good water resist on the team in the tier. You have Dondozo, you have Amungus, and then you have like dragons. That's about it. So it's a little bit this guy is under the radar. I feel under the radar of being too good. Nah, just kidding. But like it's a nice surprising set. I feel. So I'm using it again in this team. Now this team, I love it. You have Choice Band Roaring Moon, Choice Specs GU, you have the Duck, you have Offensive Iron Treads, and then you have this Buzzwall thing. This guy is literally Buzzwall. You have Body Press, Healing instead of Roost that Buzzwall had, U-Turn which Buzzwall didn't have, and you have Will-O-Wisp which, yeah, this is the Great Tusk killer basically. You Will-O-Wisp Great Tusk, and then this guy and this guy go ham versus their team. You can even use just Dark Pulse with this guy a lot easier. Now I have this fancy EV spread. You can just run Modest. You can just run Timid Max Speed if you want to. Let me tell you what this EV spread does. Max HP with 52 HP allows you to leave Earthquake from Ting Lu, Earthquake from Clodsire, Earthquake from Roaring Moon, not Choice Band obviously. Actually I don't know about Choice Band. It should be too strong, but allows you to trade versus them, and you even have Terra Fairy, which hits a lot of stuff. You can hit Garchomp, you can hit Tyranitards, you can hit a lot of things with it, and trade positively versus a lot of threats, even Chi-Yu, even things like that. This set allows you to beat most Chi-Yu sets. Now, you 2KO them with Flamethrower, they don't. You 2KO them with Dark Pulse, they don't. Actually, Dark Pulse I don't remember. I think Flamethrower and 2KOs Dark Pulse maybe is at all. If they overheat and their specs, they probably beat you. But then you can switch first that easily because you have Spedef Quack and you have Roaring Moon. So they're gonna be lower. They're gonna be lowering their special attack, and then you can switch, and then you can trade big damage because you're Modest. They are not. You do have a little bit. You do have less EVs on this, but you have a lot more HP, and the HP is nice. Like this Pokemon naturally eats a lot of hits because of its typing. So it's naturally resist to Goldengo, it's naturally a good Pokemon against Dragapult, it's naturally a good Pokemon versus Iron Moth, Volcarona, all that, Scizor, or a bunch of threats. So bulk on this Pokemon I really like. Speed obviously is nice. I usually outspeed Annihilates and Rotoms with this. Sometimes they go faster, so you gotta be careful. You gotta figure out, like, based on the damage that they take, what they are. But yeah, if you wanna try this EV spread, I really like it. If you're just gonna switch it into like max speed, team with all that fun stuff, you can do that. I have the next team that I'm using. Max speed team with GU. This team is very nice. I used this team round 3 of the money tournament for Scarlet Violet, the $1,000 tournament versus Falls, if I remember correctly. And then my buddy Blender asked me for this team. I sent him the team, and now this team is everywhere. This fucking team is fucking everywhere. I haven't posted it until now. It's the first time I'm actually posting this team, but it's a really nice build. You have both Choice Banshee and Power, Choice Specs GU, arguably like two of the best hard-hitting Pokemon in the tier. Terra Grass, because your team has no ghost, your team has no how's it called, War Resist, and because your Clodsire is unaware, which is a lot better versus Volcaronas and all that stuff. Now, I made this team about a week and a half ago, and there wasn't that much Azumarill, there wasn't that much Quackaval, there wasn't that much Rain. If you wanna change it to Water Absorb, you can, but it's at the cost of being a lot weaker to stuff. You're a lot weaker to, for example, the Volcaronas that I mentioned before, Skeledirge, Bitch, whatever you call it, and Guile Mind, Iron Valiant, and a few more. But you could theoretically Water Absorb just to have a solid, sturdy check versus Dondozo, versus Flagell offense, and all that stuff. You could do that if you want to. We're using Bulk Up Annihilate with Rest. Now, I use Surprisingly, I use this Pokemon more to break defensive cores over Chi-Yu and Xianbao. And the reason is, you can, in bulky offense, in a bulky offensive build like this, you can literally just throw an Annihilate versus random hits, versus Earthquakes, versus U-turns, versus Dragon Tails, versus whatever. Slowly but surely boost your Rage Fist, and eventually you beat even beat unaware Pokemons with this thing. So that's how I use it. That's why I have Resto Chesto, because it improves your longevity a lot. You can absorb a lot more hits with it. You can define boost versus Corviknights. You can do a lot of stuff. And so yeah, Spexy U. We have Rocky Helmet, max defense Corviknight. If you feel too weak against, what's it called? Against Xianbao, you can make this Terra Fighting. So Ice Spinner from Choice Band, Adamant Xianbao doesn't kill you. And I'm using Ice Spinner because I'm a bitch. Sometimes I use Ice Grass, but I get tilted and change it to Ice Spinner. You can choose whatever you want to. And then we have the GOAT. We have Great Tusk. Now, or known as Elon Tusk. Stupid ass name. Nah, bro. This EV spread, I have no idea what it does. My buddy Maverick Shooters came up with the EV spread and sent it to me. And it had like a lot of purposes, and I have used this thing so much. It basically, this is the Landos of the tier. I don't know if it's better, but it's basically the Landos of the tier. You absorb all hits, you leave everything, you just trade positively versus everyone, versus Goldengos, versus Charcabolt. They can Will-O-Wisp, they can suck your dick, doesn't matter. You just trade nicely with this thing. Terra Flying, I don't know why. It did something, probably for, like, I'm not weak to Earthquake. What is Terra Flying for? Trying to think. Either way, after Flying, if you want to use that water or some shit like that, go for it. I don't care. That's what I use. It's been doing good for me. But yeah, super good team. Super good team. A lot of hard hitting Pokemon, a lot of breaking potential, which is very important, I feel, versus unaware bastards. Versus unaware things like you, and the other thing, the Scarlet or whatever. And finally, we have a team from my buddy Maverick Shooters. We've been building a lot together and talking, discussing different sets, all that fun stuff. This team is built around Choice Band Charcabolt with Ghostera, because this thing has no resists. Okay, there are resists, but Terra Ghost, super nice for physical attacking Charcabolt. Dragon Darts, super good, super strong from Choice Band. Then we have Great Tusk. This is a physically defensive spread. Again, utility, but different type of utility. This one's water. Maybe it's smarter to go water. I don't know. And Max Fist F Coordinate. This one's Terra Fighting. Maybe it's smarter to go Terra Fighting. I just realized. Again, for the Xianbaos, all that stuff. We then have Infestation Toxapex with HP Flying. This one is meant to be HP Grass. Excuse me for that. And the reason you want HP Grass is because you wanna be able to resist Iron Violet Thunderbolt. And a bunch of other hits. Infestation, Toxic, not as passive as you think. Like it's you could also make it HP Electric, but not as passive as you think. You can sometimes surprisingly trap stuff, and you can lose momentum sometimes versus things like Goldengo and all that stuff. But this is good utility. You sometimes just sit with Toxic Toxapex and just throw them like it's nothing, like a little bit of Toxic here, a little bit of Toxic there. You can also make this Black Sludge if you want to. My buddy uses leftovers. I use Black Sludge because sometimes, although I can Terra and then I take damage, sometimes they trick versus you, and tricking a Black Sludge against a Goldengo is really nice usually. So you use whatever you like. I'm gonna keep it leftovers because that's what my buddy did. But you can use Black Sludge if you want to. Spedef Iron. This is not Iron Galley. This is evolution of Bishop. It's called King Gambit. Yeah, this guy, King Gambit, whatever. So Spedef this guy, with his fancy EV spread, you eat a lot of ghost type attacks, you eat a lot of hits from dark type hitters, and this is a good breaker. You don't need max attack. I like this more. A little bit of speed, so you outspeed opposing King Gambits, you outspeed Iron Hands, and you lose to them. This can be HP. This can be Terra Flying. We use Terra Fairy though because you're no longer weak to Garchomp's Earthquake and you're immune to Dragon Tail, so you can SD and just set a bit of it. leftovers. This is a very bulky Pokemon. It's strong and bulky. It's slow, but it has priority. So we'll answer all that fun stuff. And then we have the Terra Grass bulky EV spread for Volcarona. Good utility versus Gallade. By Gallade I mean Iron Valiant, whatever. Good utility versus water types, because you can Terra Grass and Giga Drain them. So against rain, this is good. Against rain, you have this thing too. This naturally it hits. You can Giga Drain Ting-Lu, do a little bit of damage, a little bit of reliable healing. It's good. It's good. This seems nice. But yeah, I'm not gonna drag this video longer than it should be. Hope it's like 10 minutes. I don't know how long I have been speaking, but yeah, I'm gonna leave all the teams in the description. Let me know if you use them, how you feel about the teams. Hit me up on Discord if you want me to explain something better. Like give you, maybe I can even figure out some of these EV Spades, what they exactly do, because we have discussed them. It's not just random EV Spades that we came up with. We have discussions about them, but I just gotta check the chat logs and figure out what they do. But yeah, let me know how you feel about the teams. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'm gonna be using some of them, maybe all of them, later in the day, or maybe the next few days in some showdown lives or whatever. But yeah, hope you all have a great day. Bye bye everyone. Peace.